If you're new here, I'm Andy, this is my wife Kirstin, and we've been living aboard our boat, Magic Dragon. After spending the first season in Western Florida and the Florida Keys, we made our way up the east coast of the United States to North Carolina, and we're settling into marina life in lovely New Bern. Last time, we got involved in the community via a 100-mile charity bike ride, and we started some additional boat projects. Today, we continue working through that job checklist, and we survive another tropical storm. So, as you can probably hear behind me, next air conditioner has been installed. That's one project off the list. We've also finished plumbing the first air conditioner, so that's actually two projects off the list. Kirstin is outside getting ready to start on the third project on our list. This one's kind of a big one. Let's go see what she's up to.
I am scraping the old caulk off of the tow rail. Why am I doing that? We are seeing leaking inside the cabin. We think it's coming from the tow rail. Checked everywhere else that we can check. The best way to solve this problem is to actually take off the entire tow rail and rebed it. That is a huge project that we're gonna wait until we do a more major facelift. We've looked online and we think the best temporary solution is to do what we're actually going to do, is remove all the old caulk and re-caulk the seam. So that's what I'm doing.
Kirstin's got a lot of work today because she said she's gonna try to do the entire one side of the boat today. I was thinking just doing half of one side, if even that. You might be wondering, what am I doing? I am editing the next video for y'all, taking care of a couple logistical things while she works on this. She's a champ. Let her do her thing, right? Get out of the way a little bit.
I thought this was going to be a fast project. All it is just scraping along the edge until I remembered how many chain plates, stanchion, and lines, and net, and everything I have to work around. That's slowing my progress a little bit. We're almost done with the port side. We've done all of this all the way up to here. Now we just need to move these water jugs and the gas cans so that we can do the last little bit of this side. Alright, I think I have all the scraping done. Now we need to clean it with acetone, but I'll keep the scrapers with me just in case there's any big chunks that I missed the first time around.
After cleaning up the tow rail, all that was left to do was applying the new caulk.
Well, one side of the boat. I went through one tube of caulk. Pretty proud of myself for that. The only thing is we might have messed up the back part by not removing the tape soon enough, but we'll see next time it rains. Now I just have to do the other side of the boat.
And how do you feel?
My hands hurt, my wrists hurt from scraping and squeezing the caulk gun. My back and neck hurt from hunching over. I will be sore tomorrow. That's okay.
It's probably the only project we're going to tackle today. Just fell over. So we'll clean up, put stuff away, and back to editing videos for me. Rest for Kirstin. tow rail project on half the boat is done. We want it to actually rain, and we're gonna test that side of the boat before we decide to do it on the other side. This next project is a long one coming. I don't know if you can see, it's in this box back here. So this is a 6-gallon hot water heater. Now, 75 to 90% of the time that we're on this boat, I do not expect to ever need to use this, because we're gonna be in hot places. However, for the next 3 months, when we're here in New Bern, the weather is not gonna get to freezing. It's gonna get chilly, right? 40, 50 degrees. So some hot water on the boat would be nice. So we're gonna install this new one. The old one technically works, but it leaks real bad. We were actually just losing a lot of our fresh water out the leakage of the water heater. We kind of made a workaround for that, but this is the ultimate solution. Getting this bad boy installed, and then we'll be good to go. Let me show you that little workaround that we did. What we did is we installed a shutoff valve in line on the supply side of the water heater, so we could just completely turn all of the water off to it, which is actually gonna make it easy to replace this. I think all that we're gonna have to do is disconnect the 2 water lines, cut the power lines to get this old one out. Installing it might be a little bit more of a task, but you know, if we can just get this old one out first, then we'll be in very good shape. So here's the new one, aluminum box. The nice thing that was real important is that we needed the freshwater system inlet and outlet for the hot water on one side, and we needed the engine circulation on the other side, because this guy, he's electric, so we can turn on the switch and it'll run, but also you plumb it into the cooling system of the engine, so the hot water that circulates through the radiator of the engine or the heat exchanger gets diverted first into here. That hot water from the engine, you know, 180 to 190 degrees, something like that, heats the water inside this box. So every time that you run the engine, you'll have hot water. First, we need to get the electricity hooked up in here. I have the instructions, and then we'll get it like down in its space and installed. And this is where I accidentally sat the water heater in front of the camera while I was finishing the installation. Yeah, my apologies about that. That project is done. Only had to go to the store twice. Once for this, once for the PEX fitting, but she is basically installed. We still have to get the hose to run off the circulation pump of the engine to the water heater, but electrically, and on the freshwater side, she's all plumbed up. Looks nice. The 11-gallon fits. We knew it would fit, we measured, but it's a little tight. Maybe we should have gone with the 6-gallon, but the price difference wasn't that much. Yeah, overall pretty good. Happy with how the project turned out. Just when we were starting to get into the boat work groove, Mother Nature decided to put a stop on our projects and sent a little storm named Ophelia our way. The news is an angry river right now. This is Tropical Storm Ophelia, our second tropical storm at the docks. We're basically right at the eye, or close to the eye at the moment. It's legit, it's not hurricane strength, but it's definitely a good storm right now. All the boats are rocking, it's flooded quite a bit back there. It's supposed to calm down by about 9, and it's 7:45 right now, so an hour and a half like this. Wind's supposed to then drop down to sustain like 15 to 20, gusts like 30, but that'll That'll flatten out the river a little bit, but it's going. We made it through Tropical Storm Ophelia. It ended up being quite the wild ride here in the marina, but we're on the other side of it. Now we have 2 more boat projects done. We have a few more to go as prepare the boat for our next cruising season, which is hopefully in the Bahamas. But before we head south, we're gonna continue to enjoy lovely New Bern. We're gonna continue to get involved in the community and maybe show you guys around a little bit. Like, comment, subscribe if you don't mind helping us out. That would be fantastic. Also, we're thinking about maybe doing a Q&A video, or at least a segment sometime in the relative near future. So if you have any questions, leave them below and perhaps yours will get answered or chosen to be answered in a future video. Thank you so much. Bye.